Hey there, Internet. It's me again. Today I have a game I want to talk about, and I would normally hold up a box right now, but it's a digital download only game, which is bullshit. But I'll just show you a pretty thumbnail, except it'll probably be on that side, so my hands don't need to be here. Okay. Alright, so now let me talk about the game. It's called World of Tanks, and I'm actually talking about it for two reasons. One, someone recommended I should down in the comments, so A, yes I do read those things, and B, if you have a game you want me to review, do the same. But it was actually the free game on Xbox Live for this half of this month on the 360, so for those of you that have a 360, jump on in the next couple days and download it for free. Or watch the review and then find out if you actually want to download it or not. The reason I say that is because, well, let me rewind a bit. The game itself is kind of fun. I'll have thumbnails up here so you can see it, but you drive around in a tank, you shoot other people. So it's a war game, a shooter, but it's not like a lot of the war games where you have a gun and it's not how you hold a gun. You have a gun and you shoot people. Instead, you're in a tank. So there's a little more involved. You have to hunt down other tanks. Tanks aren't as easy to hide as a person. So it's trickier to be stealthy. But I think you need to learn how, because I seem to do nothing but die in the game. So I think I'm doing it wrong. There's a huge variety of tanks though. Apparently there are a lot of models of tanks. And you can play as, from what I can tell, all of them in the game. I don't know anything about tanks, so maybe that's not true at all. But there's a lot. You also get to customize them. I'll show that up in the thumbnail there, that there's a screen you can actually get upgrades. You can upgrade things like the speed, or the armor, or the visibility range of the enemies in your tank. So the more you play it, the more points you get to actually upgrade the tank. It's kind of like prestiging in Call of Duty. The higher you get, the more things you unlock, and you can just do more stuff. So you get rewarded for playing a whole bunch. The downside about this game, aside from not being a physical game, so you can't go buy it, you have to do the download bullshit, is it's very similar to these games. It's online only. Actually, I think, not that one. This one at least has a kind of single-player mode. It's basically just training for the multiplayer, but there's a bunch of missions you can go through, at least get used to the game. World of Tanks here does not have that at all. There's one training mission that basically just teaches you how to steer a tank, and after that, online is your only option. And I know a lot of people think that my aversion to online games is bullshit, which, okay, maybe I'm a bit antisocial in that I hate playing online with people. But hear me out on this one. That's not my main qualm. The real issue here is, and this is a perfect example, is right now, this is on the Xbox 360. And as you all know, the Xbox One was released, which means the 360 is on its way out. Whether or not Microsoft is willing to give it a few years has nothing to do with it. The fact is, it's on its way out. People are going to stop developing for it. The servers are going to start dropping and being migrated to the Xbox One as it gets more games, because Microsoft needs to allocate its resources to support that online, and since that's the console they're going to make money on, that's where it's going to go. Regardless of any promise they may have made, they're going to move their resources where the money is. And as soon as these servers go away, games like these, or World of Tanks, are done. You can't play them anymore. If the server's not there, it has nothing to validate against, it has no way to set up a match, and you can't play. These, I don't know, I haven't checked, I'm not familiar enough with them to know offhand, but they may at least be LAN capable. You can plug your Xbox to another one, play them online, but World of Tanks is not. As soon as you start it up, it's searching for a server to validate against. So if those servers aren't there, the game just won't work. So really, I guess if you want to play the game, you can jump on and play it now, but just don't have too much fun because it's gonna go away. Free or not, it's just a pointless thing to take up space on your hard drive, and at most 2 years is all you'll have with it, and then it's gone. And yes, I know that sounds like a long time for a lot of, the frat boys or the newly discovered gamers who, in this new generation of gamers, people don't tend to, and I know I shouldn't make those broad generalizations because I'm getting a lot of shit for it, but people don't tend to hang on to games a lot. You'll go buy the latest Call of Duty, the latest Madden, the latest whatever, and you'll take your previous copy, the one from the last generation of that franchise, and trade it in, sell it, give it away, throw it away, whatever you do with it. Whereas, if it wasn't obvious, I hang on to my shit forever. So, a game that only lasts 2 years is ridiculous. I have consoles and games over there that are older than I am. So, if it doesn't have any lasting power, it really holds no interest for me. So, while you might like World of Tanks, and you should be able to tell from the thumbnail whether or not you think it's interesting, I personally, I can't get into it. It's not worth even really getting invested for because I know it's going to go away. I don't have a physical thing to hold, and soon enough I won't even have a game to play, so it really hardly exists for me. If it wasn't a free download, no way in hell I would have picked it up. Also, I will say, just for some of you out there who may not have caught it because I didn't right away, when you die, you can exit the match. I know that sounds stupid, but my first match I sat there for a good 10 minutes waiting for everyone else to either die or win so that I could do something else. Didn't realize there was a message on the bottom that says, you can leave the match and keep all your rewards. So yeah, do that. Otherwise, much like me, you're going to spend a lot of time staring at a death screen and watching someone else's gameplay. And it sucks. Much like this game. Bye! Well, that was stupid.